It's made headlines around the world. The 2011 drought in East Africa was said to be the worst in 60 years. And that's noteworthy from a region that is regularly drought-stricken. We talked to the people of northern Kenya in the arid Turkana region about the ongoing disaster.
He says hunger to them is like HIV/AIDS because it looks the same. It wastes their bodies, makes them unhealthy, makes them to diarrhea, makes them to be weak. He says he lost his wife due to hunger, so now he's a widower staying with his children. Many times he keeps going here and there to try and get some food to give to the children.
Crossroads Relief and Development, along with its donors, had the privilege of helping many Turkanas survive the drought with emergency feeding programs. But that was only a temporary solution. I had the chance to talk to Dave Shelley about our future plans for these long-suffering people. So Dave, we're here in front of this beautiful maze. This is actually a very uncommon sight in Turkana, isn't it?
Yeah, the area that we're going to be working in, it's very arid, semi-arid, a lot of beach sand around, and it's a very tough to grow. But we believe that there is a way to actually set up large garden plots, 30-acre plots that'll serve like 120 families, and actually grow these crops in trenches, very similar to what you see here. So, you know, we've got two choices. I mean, we were here and did a feeding program, and we're blessed to do it, but we always have an eye to say, okay, is there something we can do to enable these people to look after themselves?
And that's one of the things I love about missions, is that you guys aren't just thinking about, you know, you do relieve the temporary when there's an emergency, but you're actually thinking about how do we empower people to have pride and dignity and be able to take care of themselves long term.
It's actually, we're going to create some streams in the desert, and we're going to dig deep boreholes and set up reservoirs and large containers that'll hold water for each family, and they're going to each get a quarter-acre plot that they can grow year-round, and we're going to provide some water for them. So it's really a big vision. It's a challenging task, but we believe it can be done.
And what I love about it is that, you know, it's water for crops, so all of a sudden now they're famine-proofed, really. They have food all year round that they can count on because they have water, which is the issue here in Turkana and much of Africa. And then they have fresh water for their family to drink, so they're not getting sick from foodborne diseases. They've got water to wash their kids. I mean, it's just endless, the benefits.
Yeah, and we can help the next generation, not just do a temporary help by setting up these garden plots. We can empower them so that, you know what, the next time you hear about drought in the Horn of Africa, there'll be this slice of families that we've come alongside, and we've helped them, and they won't need help anymore.
And I know, you know, we're here and our hearts are full because we see the suffering and the pain, and at the same time excited because we see the vision of how we can change these people, literally change their lives. People are watching and they want to participate, they want to help out. What can they do?
Well, it boils down to, you know, you need to, you know, give, pray, serve is kind of our motto and mission. So if you're able to give, any amount is helpful. Maybe you can sponsor a family for $1,000. Maybe you can't do that much. Maybe you can do much more. Whatever God puts in your heart, that's really important. And praying. You know, we want to win these people to Christ. We want to show the love of Christ through doing this project. And you know what? This is a tough area. As you go around the countryside here, it's a tough place to live, and we need prayer, you know, or we won't be successful.
We're at the far edge of the 1 acre.
The work on the wells and garden projects is already underway. If you want to find out more about this innovative project for the Turkana people, go to our website at crossroads.ca.
And joining us in the studio now is David Shelley. He's our Director of Crossroads Relief and Development. And Crossroads has always been looking outward and seeing areas near and far that we can be involved with in blessing people.
With our GPS. Give, pray, serve.
Yeah, he slipped that into that report there really quickly.
Yeah, and everybody can do 1, 2, or 3 of those. And so that's kind of what we keep in our minds.
Now, Dave, you're just back from another recent trip, since the time of that video, actually.
Yeah.
And so what can you update us on?
Yeah, it's just great because I mean, I've gone to look at the progress on the ground, and there's two areas that are just advancing ahead. The training center, which we feel is key to the long-term success. So the garden plots there are being laid out. The underground piping and water is being set up. We have an agricultural staff member put in place that will oversee the training.
The training of
all these families. We're going to get representatives from each family, bring them into this training center, and show them how to grow on these quarter-acre plots year-round. That's the plan. So that's a key part. If you don't do that, I think it's going to be really tough. So
right.
So the progress is moving on that. Of course, the missions team that went there was a great help. They just kind of boosted the whole thing ahead, sped up everything. One of the locals said, "Boy, your team did in 2 weeks what sometimes it takes 2 years to do."
Well, you've got Chester Van Hoosen leading the charge.
He is, yeah,
my
key
favorite
man.
missionary farmer. And I have to show you, the last time I saw him here in the studio, he brought me some of his asparagus from his farm in Baden, Ontario.
Oh, okay.
Take a look at this. I went to get a bunch from the supermarket just near my house. Chester's asparagus is on the left. This is his regular asparagus, and he says Turkana is going to produce asparagus like that.
Wow. Yeah, we are expecting great things. I mean, the other part that's going on is the work in the field. So those boreholes that we talked about drilling, that's what's happening right now. So we've identified the first 4 farms. They're digging big 10-inch boreholes for high water volume. We have a backhoe that's on the ground helping to clear the land. The beneficiaries help clear the thorn bushes and things, but there's bigger things that have to be removed. And so we're doing it.
Bigger is the key word.
Yeah.
It is great to see
home.
such great progress there. Thank you, Dave, for that update. And I know there will be opportunities in the future for other work teams to go over there. Maybe people can be thinking about that, and you can give us some updates on what's happening later on. And I think a couple is going to be with us tomorrow on tomorrow's 100 Huntley Street, who are just back from a work team there.
Christy and Matt.
Yeah. Okay. Well, your support means so much. So thank you for helping to make this possible, making this ministry possible, and all of our projects both near and far, as we talked about.